welcome to the channel Talking with J Spirit. I'm your host, giving you a video on the channel today. If you are new here, consider subscribing, hitting the little bell next to it to be notified when I upload videos just like this one. Now I'm doing this video, it is the top 10 Walking Dead characters personally to me. I'm going to go through the list with some honourable mentions. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. If you do enjoy it, smash the thumbs up. As I said, consider subscribing, hitting the bell and sharing the video to support the channel basically. It always goes a long way and I really do appreciate it when everybody does support me. Like, the subscribers is going crazy, the likes and the views. 131 views when I last checked on The Walking Dead, just reaction to a 1-minute trailer. Crazy. So that's why it sort of inspired me to do this video. So hopefully you guys enjoy it. Comment down below your top 10 and your worst characters, and let's get into a conversation in the comment section down below. So without further ado, we go straight into the honourable mentions. Let's get through these quickly. We go with Merle Dixon, now obviously known as Daryl's brother. I think he was a bit of a different character. I think he had a sort of dark, funny sort of character behind him. A lot of people did sort of like him. Now we're quite a few seasons on ahead. He was in the first season. It was a shame Harry got killed off, and Daryl was in bits when he'd left, and I think most of us fans were as well, because he was a comedian sort of character, and he even though he was a traitor and stuff like that, I think he was a generally good character. So next up we have Tyrese, one of the most loving characters in general. He always wanted to help everybody. He was a team player. He especially earned the respect of Rick, and definitely one of my favourite characters. Next up we have Morgan Jones. Now Morgan, obviously one of the most popular ones, came back. He was in the first couple of series, known obviously talking to Rick, getting close to Rick, and then he sort of went off and he came back and he became a bit of a badass and sort of went down this sort of dark path. I think his character's grown quite a bit. He's unlucky to miss out on my top 10 list. Next up we have Jesus as well. Obviously his death recently has really hit some of the fans hard. He's a very good character and it's just a shame that he had to be killed off. Next up we have Ezekiel. King Ezekiel, obviously the badass when he was introduced with the tiger. He's really close with Carol at the moment, in a relationship with her. We're seeing a lot of his character growing. He's unlucky to miss it. It's just that I want to see a little bit more of his character growth before we can even get the top 10. Next up we have Abraham and Rosita. These two I'm putting together because they were always together when I remember them. Obviously, when Abe's death happened, it really hit Rosita hard, and the next character as well I'm going to be talking about hit her really hard as well. And yeah, these two were always together. It was like they was in a relationship and stuff like that. It was just a really good pairing, these two. And I think Abraham was a special character to me personally because he made me laugh. He was just a badass character, and he put the work in when he actually earned the respect of Rick and they became friends. It was really good. I think he was a crucial character, and I think Rosita as well, she's been there quite a long time and she's been a special character too, as well as the next character, Sasha. Sasha was quite a, I think the death was coming for her, but at the end it was a sad death. I sort of didn't like her all the way through, and it sort of was a late thing for me when I sort of got to like her and respect her, because she became a key member when a lot of people were dying and she was there all the time. She actually helped out a lot. Then her death happened and it was quite sad, to be honest. So that is all the honourable mentions, guys. We go straight into the top 10 list. Now if you're liking it further already, just don't forget to smash the thumbs up. That's all I want to ask you guys, and as I said, consider subscribing, because this channel, I want to build basically a good community of people who love talking basically series like this one, who like talking about movies, who love talking about games and gaming in general. That's the community I want to build. In the comment section down below, I'd love to have conversations with some people who have interests just as much as me, in a friendly manner, and also on future live streams. So as I said, if you like what you hear, so consider subscribing, because this is a great community I want to build here, and the subscribers I have at the moment basically I'm really appreciative of. So let's go into the top 10 now. At number 10 we have the Governor. Now this was one of the badass characters, I have to admit. At first I just couldn't stand him because he was killing off characters and stuff, but he had a really good story behind him. I think they really developed his character really well, knowing obviously at the end his daughter was obviously zombified and stuff, and he's trying to find a cure and stuff like that, and he had a relationship with one of the people on Rick's team, and it's a really good storyline, and you can see him and Rick were really going at it, and they completely hate each other's guts, and I really loved his character development. I think they've done really well with him in general. Next up at number 9 we have Shane Walsh. Now Shane is a great character in general, obviously now known as the Punisher. The actor who plays the Punisher, he's just generally done well for the character. He obviously known as Rick Grimes' friend, sort of betraying him in a way where he was sleeping with his wife and just having some back relationship that Rick didn't know about. Then he finds out. Then he wants to kill Shane, and the whole storyline between their friendship was the whole importance of season 1, as well as the relationship between Rick and Laurie as well. So this whole season 1 was built between Rick and Shane, if I'm honest. That's the one thing I do want to say. Obviously it was about survival and zombies and all that as well, but I think Shane was a crucial part. I would have put him higher, but there's a lot more characters that have come into it and have developed very, very well, and I had to talk about it. So coming in number 8, guys, it is Herschel. Now Herschel was a key person in the series. I think he was obviously the daddy figure when it comes to obviously Maggie, when it comes to Glenn. I think he was quite a big character for Glenn. I think he was quite a big character for Rick, and I think he was a crucial daddy figure, and he helped. He was obviously a doctor, and he was just a really good character. And I think when he died, it was a crucial moment where everyone went, oh my god, like seriously, why did he have to die? It was a heartfelt moment which everyone felt sad about, and no one wanted this to happen. And when it happened, obviously it destroyed Maggie, and you see Maggie get over the whole struggle, and it was just a really good death when it happened because it was the right moment. And I think Herschel was a key character, and Rick, and all the flashbacks that Rick has of Herschel really hits the heartstrings, and Herschel was really developed really well as this dad figure. Coming in number 7 is the daughter, and that is Maggie. Now Maggie could have been higher on this list, but just because lately she hasn't been really going through as much. Obviously she's come off it now. I think she's doing her own stuff in terms of filming and stuff. I think Maggie is one of the main women, but me personally, I prefer some of the other women. Now Maggie can hold an episode on her own, but even if you didn't have Rick Grimes in, I think Maggie could hold an episode on her own, whereas the other women couldn't. I think that's what I'm a bit gutted about. I could have put her higher, but Maggie, me in general, I think I like her, but I think she's more of a side character. Obviously in the recent episodes where before she quit, or left for a while, she sort of took control and she done really well. And then suddenly, obviously, the whole storyline happened and she sort of left. And it sort of bothered me in a way, because I think she was really developing really well and I wanted to see that continue. Now, I'm hoping she does come back. She hasn't mentioned anything yet. So I'm hoping we do get to see more of Maggie. And hopefully, when I do a list next time, she will be further up in my list. Now, coming at number 6 is another woman, and it is Michonne. Obviously, now we're seeing her develop a relationship with Rick. Obviously, Rick's now gone. How is Michonne carrying herself and the whole family? Yeah, it's just a struggle for her. I'm seeing her develop. Obviously, we knew her at first as the badass with the samurai sword, killing all the zombies. I think she's grown since then as a character, and we've grown to care about her. And I think a big part of that is obviously because of Rick, and obviously Carl, and the whole family as she got into that. I think she's been a crucial part. She's one of the leaders we can look at and go, okay, she's going to take the leadership from this person, or if she was on her own, she could win a battle. Let's just say that. And she entertains me and she gets me behind her, and I actually have emotional stages where I'm worried about her dying, so that's why she's further up in my list. Coming in number 5, guys, it is Glenn. Now, Glenn, everybody loved Glenn. Everybody didn't want Glenn to die. He died. And it was a big gap in The Walking Dead. I think from that moment, the series sort of went downhill. Obviously, Abe was killed at the same time as well. But Glenn was the big... Like, everyone was going mental. I remember the social media just going AWOL, and everyone was just going mental about, oh my god, why did you kill Glenn? And everyone started even going against Daryl, saying, oh, it's Daryl's fault. No, this is planned for the right reason. It was the right time, because Glenn... was a character there from the beginning. They didn't want to kill the other characters that were there from the beginning. They wanted to take their time with it, and I think with Glenn it was a big heartfelt moment that since then it did go down a little bit, and they've had to take their time to build it back up, and I think they're doing a great job now. I think the series now is definitely picking up. I think Glenn, obviously known as with being with Maggie, the whole relationship with him getting with Maggie was great. When he was with Maggie it was great. I think in general Glenn is a thing that's always remembered, a character that's always remembered even since he's been gone. I love the fact of that, and I think he's a crucial member. That is why he comes into my top 5. Coming at number 4 is the last woman on my list, and it is Carol. Now, Carol, I think she's going to become a big part of The Walking Dead. I think she's definitely grown. If you think of her at the beginning in a domestic violence relationship, growing into this character, going through deaths of even killing children, even just killing the walker, you see her character really develop, and she's some independent woman now. Now, she goes through moments where I'm like, oh, for God's sake, Carol, why are you doing that? But the main reason she's higher on my list is because of her relationship with Daryl and her relationship with Ezekiel the king. I think that's really the crucial part of her, and you're really seeing her develop and flourish into some really good character. I think she's done really well, and as I said, I think the same with Maggie. I think if you had Carol in an episode, well, like there has been just episodes of just Carol and some people around her, I think she can hold an episode on her own and it still be entertaining. Next up in number 3. Now this one's quite harsh because there's some characters that could have gone further, but this guy had to go in, and it is Negan. Now Negan is by far the best villain, best bad guy that we've had. And I'm hoping to see a little change. I don't know where they're going to go with obviously the upcoming season. I don't know if Negan's going to be the guy that steps up and defends the camp and sticks alongside Michonne and Carol and all them, or is he going to go on the dark side, or is he going to break loose? We don't know what's going to happen, but Negan, definitely the most badass. Obviously the whole killing of Glenn, everybody hated Negan. Everybody loved Negan, but they hated him. And when you love and hate someone, that is a really good bad guy, because you love him for what he's doing, but you hate him because of what he's done. And that's just a pure good bad guy. That is just all you need to say. Now, he was annoying because he kept getting the people you care about caught or killed, and he was threatening Rick and the whole team, and he was just pure great. And I think him as a character as well, now we're seeing him trapped and caught up obviously in prison and stuff like that with the camp. We're seeing his character grow and develop, and I'm hoping we see a lot more flourishing in the future, and maybe he could be on the top of my list in the future if his character develops as much, especially tries to take over the Rick character. I'm hoping that's what happens. He takes over Rick's the leadership and really leads the group down a good path, but I'm not too sure. Also with Negan, I like the storyline between him and Carl. Obviously there's sort of like you see himself in Carl, and I love the whole father-son sort of thing, and it sort of got in Rick's head as well. I loved that storyline, and I really think they utilised that to the perfect storyline. I think they've really done really well with that. But coming to number 2, it is Rick Grimes. Now, Rick Grimes was obviously the leader of everything. He was a crucial character from season 1 to the end. He was always in a storyline, whether it was when he went crazy, whether it was when he went to go and kill Shane, whether it was his relationship with Laurie, whether it's relationship with Michonne. He was always involved in a storyline somewhere. He was always had to take leadership and lead the group to A, to B, to C, furtherwards. He was always a crucial moment, and seeing him struggle against Negan, getting him run into Negan and Negan killing everyone. This was really hard to sit there and watch the leader bow down and struggle. That emotion. Imagine you're a leader of a group. You've never had to bow down to anyone. You've succeeded in every part you've gone to, and then you have to sit there and watch your friends and your family die. That is just crazy. Now that's without, as I said, all the other storylines of Rick. But Rick is probably one of the most loved, and his send-off could have been done better in my personal opinion. But I'm happy they didn't go another route, and it was really bad. So I'm sort of taking it with a pinch of salt and hoping, and realising that, as I said, it could have been worse. So that's what I'm trying to take from it, is that I'm glad Rick went off in a good way and not a bad way. I'm not glad that he did go, because obviously Rick was such a crucial character, but the stuff at the end was really good with him, and you see his character flourish from being like just Rick Grimes to being a dad, to being the leader, to being, and as well as obviously being a sheriff in the beginning and stuff like that. You see his friendships, his hard times, everything. I think he was the crucial character when it comes to The Walking Dead. But my personal favourite, coming in at number 1, is Daryl Dixon. Now obviously Daryl is a massive badass when it comes to The Walking Dead. Everyone loves him. He's got a heartfelt character when it comes to his brother and Carol and certain characters that he really does like. He wears his heart on his sleeve, but he's also very defensive when it comes to getting to know people and trust people. I love Daryl as a whole character in general. There's nothing I do not like about him. Even when he was going against Rick Grimes, I was even signing with Daryl. Now that's crazy, because Rick Grimes is the good guy and we know Daryl was the bad guy at that moment. I was still siding with Daryl, and that's just how much I love this character. This character in general is going to take a leadership now that Rick has gone. I'm hoping that he either sides with Negan or even takes the control of the camp with Michonne and Carol. And I don't know what they're going to do with this character. I'm hoping he stays for a long time, but it's worrying me because he's one of the only characters left that was from the beginning. But we got to see what's going to go on with Daryl. But Daryl is a badass, obviously, with a crossbow. When it comes to knifing, when it comes to the kills you see, are more than likely going to be Daryl or Michonne. And oh man, I just love Daryl in general. What else can you say about Daryl Dixon? Really, his relationships with everybody, he's got a different relationship with everybody. That's the one thing I've noticed as well. If you look at each character and their relationship with Daryl, it's very different to another character. That's what I like about him. Whereas with Rick, he respects everybody the same, obviously, unless he hates you. Then you've got to earn his trust. That's the difference. But with Daryl, he's got a different relationship with everybody, even his own brother. Now, that is really good, and I think that's a good character and a very unique character to have in a series just like this one. Now, that is it, guys. That is my top 10 with honourable mentions for the Walking Dead characters, from the best, well, the worst of the best. Obviously, I don't even class this as worst, but hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Smash the thumbs up if you enjoyed it. So consider subscribing and hit the bell next to it to be notified when I upload more videos just like this one. Hopefully you guys enjoy it, and comment your thoughts down below. That's a crucial thing. And as I said, guys, I'll see you next time on Talking with Jay Springett.